In this presentation, we'll look at macro review software, which we believe is the best available in the market today for managing emails on Microsoft SharePoint. We'll be looking at macro review document management framework, or DMF, particularly macro review message, the subset of DMF that runs in Outlook. Macro review DMF and macro review message provide excellent capabilities in all the areas you would expect of an email add-on for SharePoint. They also enable working with very large SharePoint document stores, migrating existing emails to SharePoint, and creating comprehensive email management solutions. Here we are in Microsoft Outlook 2010. Macro Review DMF and Macro Review Message also run in Outlook 2013 and in Outlook 2007. The inbox contains a message from Peter Vincent, which has 2 PDF attachments. On the right, the Macro Review pane is in the Favorites mode. I can save that email to SharePoint by simply dragging and dropping to one of my favorite libraries. The email is now saved in SharePoint. I can tell because the category is set to Save to SharePoint, both in the message and in the preview. If I click on that document library, a newly saved message is displayed. When I click the message, a formatted preview of the message is displayed. Note that the 2 attachments are displayed as hyperlinks. If I go to the emails view of the library, I see the same message and preview, and note that the email attributes have been recorded automatically. Here they are in subject, to, from, and so on. If I double click that stored email, it reopens in Outlook exactly as it was at the moment that I dragged and dropped it. Notice that the 2 PDF attachments have been preserved. We've seen how macro review enables us to drag and drop to save emails, how the resulting files are automatically named to prevent duplicates, and have their metadata recorded automatically. Next, we'll see how we can drag and drop to any area where we have permission, and how we can efficiently bulk save emails and have our emails automatically filed as they are sent. We've saved an email by dragging it to a document library in one of our favorite sites. Macro Review DMF also supplies the Browse mode, which enables us to see every area of the SharePoint store for which we have access permission, which means that we can drag and drop to save to anywhere that we have permission in SharePoint. This time, let's save a large number of emails. We simply drag and drop again. Within a few seconds, the progress dialog displays, and we can click anywhere in order to dismiss that dialog. The save proceeds in the background so that we can continue to do other work in Outlook, including, if we need to save additional sets of emails. Our second save is now complete. And now our first save is also complete. This efficient bulk saving of emails means that Macro Review DMF and Macro Review Message are great for cleaning up your inbox at the end of a month or the end of a project. Macro Review DMF and Message provide a Sent Email Rules button, which brings up this dialog to show email filing rules that apply automatically as you send an email. An example is this one, which will cause any email where the to attribute contains Appleby to be filed automatically to this particular document library. Next, let's see how Macro Review helps to save attachments to SharePoint. We'll see how metadata is captured and how you can set access permissions as you save an attachment. Let's go back to the inbox and save this attachment. Note that the attachment has invalid characters in its name, the ampersand and the hash. We drag and drop to save it to SharePoint. For the first time, we see the Macro Review metadata capture or profiling dialog, and note that Macro Review automatically strips out the invalid characters. Macro Review supports all the column types that you can have in SharePoint, such as this Managed Metadata column. We'll drill down and choose a value, such as Agency Agreement. Even easier, we can simply type ahead. Let's choose a value from this Person Group column, also by using Type Ahead. I'm going to choose the Approve value of stage and right-click so that I can set it as my personal default value in this and any other library where there is a stage column. If this is a sensitive document, I can click the private checkbox in order to make it My Eyes Only. If I need to allow other users to access the document, I can click the Manage Permissions button, and even though I am only a contributor level user, I have specified document level permissions. Let's add Belinda and set her rights to be a little less than mine. Our document now has custom permissions and custom metadata. Let's click OK to save it to SharePoint. We click our library to check the success of our save, sort by modified date, and here is our newly saved Word document, together with a preview. Here's another email with a PDF attachment. Let's see how we can save that attachment directly to SharePoint from Adobe Reader, as we do creating the next version of a PDF that's already stored in our document library. MacroView prompts us for the comments in respect of our new version and allows us to modify existing metadata. In addition to removing invalid characters from incoming file names, MacroView also records original file system attributes such as file name, created, and modified date. We've seen as well how MacroView DMF allows PDFs to be saved to SharePoint direct from Adobe Reader or Acrobat, and how an incoming attachment can be saved as the next version of an existing document in SharePoint. We've also seen how MacroView handles views and previews and saves emails so that they reopen in Outlook exactly as they were at the point where they were dragged and dropped to be saved. Let's see how MacroView helps us to search for documents and emails stored in SharePoint. When we select the search mode, MacroView reruns its most recent search, in this case for all documents containing the word optimal that are PDFs. Search results are displayed in an intuitive grid format together with previews. You can choose different kinds of search and can indeed configure your own search panels. Let's search for all emails that contain message and where the to attribute contains null. If we right-click on a search result and choose Open File Location, MacroView automatically locates us to the area in SharePoint where that search result is stored. Thanks to MacroView, while we work in Outlook, we can search based on metadata and content for documents and emails in SharePoint. Search results are displayed in an intuitive grid format, and we can locate to the area where a search result is stored. You can also save and rerun existing searches and configure your own MacroView search panels to reflect the way metadata is used in your organization. Here's the attachment that I saved earlier. If I right-click on the attachment and choose Send as File, MacroView retrieves it from SharePoint as an attachment to a new outgoing email. Note that the original file name, complete with invalid characters, has been restored. The file name for the outgoing attachment also contains the unique document ID and the current version number. In the new message window, I see the MacroView group with the Insert Attachment button. Let's use that to insert another attachment into our outgoing email. Let's use Recent mode to choose a document that we've worked with recently, such as this PDF. Let's choose Insert Link. A link to that document has been inserted in the email. Note that that link is of the DocID redirection style, which means that it will continue to work even after the document has been moved. MacroView DMF and Message make it easy to find the documents you want to insert as attachments or links, including links that work even after the document is moved. The Browse mode of MacroView lets you see the complete tree structure of SharePoint, all the areas for which you have access permission. It also allows you to efficiently navigate across a large SharePoint store. Currently, our client site has 2 subsites. You can filter sites and libraries and efficiently locate to another subsite. For example, this one for Singapore. The right-click Search Site Tree facility allows you to locate to a site or library using part of its title. Because it's an index search, the location is done quickly even when the document store becomes very large, or when the area you're locating to is deeply nested. We've seen how the Favorites mode of MacroView enables one-click access to the areas that you use frequently. The Recent mode also helps with location, as does the Browse mode which allows you to efficiently navigate across a very large SharePoint document store. MacroView can also assist with tools for migrating files and emails into SharePoint, and with standardizing the formatting and naming of existing emails already in SharePoint. Once migrated and standardized, these emails can easily be managed by users via MacroView Message and DMF. By using MacroView software and services, you can create a comprehensive email management solution, which even extends to emails that arrive via email-enabled libraries. Here's an example of such a solution, which enables emails to be declared as records by dragging them to a drop library. The MacroView profiling dialog has been customized to capture a multi-level classification scheme where the values are retrieved from an external database. In summary, MacroView Message and DMF provide an excellent experience for users who are managing emails and attachments in SharePoint without in any way changing how those documents are stored by SharePoint. Other videos available for MacroView DMF and Message include this summary video and in-depth videos that focus on how DMF provides full function document management, a familiar and intuitive user interface, and enables operation with large SharePoint document stores. For more information, contact MacroView using these details.